Hey there, what's up? I'm Dr. Tony SLP, and you're listening to How to Be Seen, the podcast where a supportive community of marginalized women, entrepreneurs, small business owners, and creatives empower and inspire you to become successful in your life and business by showing up dripping in authenticity. If you like real, honest, raw advice from a self-love practitioner and a collective of women who've done the work, you're in the right place. I'm so grateful to have you here. All right, let's jump in. Welcome to part 2 of our Best of Season 1 5-part series. Last episode, we covered visibility and identity. In today's episode, we're revisiting conversations with two of our lovely guests, Taylor Lachey and Lillian Sue, who have helped so many people make an impact by proving that clarity and confidence are key components in the life success formula. In episode 3, our guest, energy healer and holistic life coach, Taylor Lachey, gave us one of this season's most memorable quotes while sharing her story of being stuck in a frustration cycle of applying for jobs and receiving no callbacks and wondering what was holding her back. She said, "You're just trying to fill a role. You're not trying to fulfill your soul." The moment she said that, it was like a light bulb. The weight of the impact of that statement was so profound. Filling roles are what society has trained us to do. Think about it. From as early as preschool and kindergarten, children are asked what they want to be when they grow up. Then adults make sure that these children have been provided a nice, lovely list of acceptable, common roles in society, such as doctor, lawyer, police officer, fireman, teacher, and the list goes on. So of course, children respond in that manner because they've been trained to do so for the most part. The problem with this is that we grow up into adulthood and make sure that we fall in line and try to pursue one of those roles. So we get stuck in this limiting belief cycle, chasing external validation in the forms of jobs, titles, degrees, achievements, all because we've never been asked and never asked ourselves the one question that matters the most. Is this what I truly want? And it's hard because after you've been brainwashed by parents and family and teachers or just society and anything you've ever consumed on any type of media, you actually kind of don't know the answer to that question. It's hard for anyone to figure it out at that point, right? However, if more of us actually sat with this question and then responded truthfully, we might actually have a more productive workforce, because then more people would actually be where they wanted to be, doing the exact things they wanted to do, allowing them to fall into alignment with their soul's purpose. Now think about it. How many people do you actually know that hate their job or can't stand to be where they are? Is it you? Totally fine. I understand that. I've been there. You're not alone. I remember many years ago coming across quite a few people who obviously and blatantly hated their job, expressed hate for it, or just were so bad at it, they didn't want to be there, right? So I had this saying, if you hate your job, it's time to go change it. Easy, right? Real easy. I loved saying it. I said it so much, it was like second nature to me. So one day back in my hospital days, real early in the morning, about 6 a.m., when all was quiet in the ER, real peaceful, I remember a woman walking in that morning, looking at me and saying, "Good morning." I immediately responded with the nastiest, most dysfunctional good morning I could muster up, because I couldn't understand how she would come in and disturb my peace so early in the morning when all was quiet and peaceful. How dare she? Well, I immediately jumped out of my skin, literally slapped myself in the face because I heard myself tell me loud and clear it was time to go. Because it truly was. I no longer could be in that environment on a daily basis and still function as a happy, healthy human being. It wasn't going to work. Whenever we're able to come into the reality and awareness of our situation and take accountability for it, the truth of it, we can change it. So if there's one takeaway from this conversation, it would be whenever you're feeling stuck, blocked, or know that something needs to happen, just have a conversation with yourself. Ask yourself and really answer truthfully, am I filling a role or filling my soul? Now, hey there, ladies. Life can be a lot. The deadlines, the demands, the constant hustle. Sometimes it feels like you're running on empty. But what if I told you there's a space just for you, a space to sip, mingle, and recharge? Introducing the Happy Hour Social Series by Be Seen Social. Every Thursday evening, you'll join an amazing group of women for a 6-week virtual experience unlike anything you've ever tried before. This isn't just another workshop. This is a safe space expertly curated for women like you. So head on over to BeSeenNetwork.com to sign up today because your happiness and your health matter. Okay, now back to the show. On episode 10, PR coach and author Lillian Sue discussed how she helps entrepreneurs push past fear and imposter syndrome to share their stories with confidence. Lillian said, everybody has a story, but not everybody knows how to tell it or who to tell it to. As a creative and entrepreneur myself, this statement really hit home. I truly appreciated how she broke down how PR isn't just for big brands and celebrities, and is actually a tool that can be utilized by anyone to build credibility, create opportunities, and connect with the right people. And since every PR strategy is as unique as the individual's own story, it really all comes down to being brave enough to own it and put it out there. The crazy part is you'd think that the folks who were brave enough to go out there, go against the norm, become entrepreneurs, start their own businesses, write their books, and put it out there for the world to see would have the same confidence about showing up and putting themselves out there in the same world where their businesses and books already exist. However, it's far from the truth. According to Merriam-Webster's definition of imposter syndrome, it's a psychological condition that is characterized by one's persistent doubt concerning one's abilities or accomplishments, accompanied by the fear of being exposed as a fraud despite evidence of one's ongoing success. Now, whenever we experience this thought pattern, there are a couple things going on: comparison and lack of self-worth. Now, you may be familiar or have heard the Theodore Roosevelt quote, "Comparison is the thief of joy." Well, it is. And comparison is actually quite opposite to like the practice of gratitude. So when you're practicing gratitude, you're focused on all the things that you do have. You're grateful for everything that you have, so much that your world then expands and you create more of what you truly desired based on you being on that frequency. Now, the opposite, or now when you're actually focused on everyone and what they're doing and all the things that they are and comparing yourself to them, realizing that you're not them and don't have what they have, you then create a situation where you can't possibly see all that you are and all that you do have and what makes you great. One of our greatest gifts that we all share in having this existence is that no one else can be you, and therefore no one else can have your unique story. And our stories are worth sharing. So if there was one takeaway from this episode, it was your story is your power, and the world needs to hear it. Don't leave this existence without boldly stamping, "I was here." on it. As we wrap up today's episode, we recognize that clarity and confidence are essential, whether you're finding your purpose or amplifying your voice. Pursue what truly aligns with your soul and use tools available to share your stories with the world. So I have a challenge for you now. Take a moment to reflect on and answer honestly. What's one thing you've been hesitating to step into? Whether it's changing careers or pitching yourself for new opportunities, let this episode be a sign for you to just go for it. Now, don't be shy. You're invited to share your thoughts, DM or leave a comment. So if you found this episode helpful, go ahead and share it with a friend who may need to hear it. Stay tuned for part 3 of our Best of Season 1 5-part series coming your way soon, where we'll dive into mindset, boundaries, and success. Until we meet again, fill your cup first and share from the overflow. Spread love and light wherever you go. See you in the next episode. Bye. Hey there. If you've enjoyed the show, head on over to bcnetwork.com to join the community. Please make sure to follow and rate the show. Feel free to go ahead and take a screenshot to show you were listening and tag me on Instagram at bcnetwork. Let's meet and connect so I can show you some love over there. Thank you so much for being here. Light and love always. Be well.